Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Pro Team Career Mode on Tour de France 2020 with the TIJ Racing Team. Remember, if you're going to enjoy today's video, leave a like down below, comment your thoughts and subscribe for regular Tour de France content on a Tuesday, Thursday and on a Saturday. So without any further ado, let's get on with the video. So, I thought before we get into the Breizh Cup, we would talk about the previous tournament, the La Route Course Tour, which went fantastically for us. At the end of the third stage, we managed to win La Route Course. Medouas won the stage with fantastic vigour. He held back in the peloton, but on that last climb, he really went for it, outdid his opponents, and we won with the Frenchman by 20 seconds. We also finished second in the best climber classification. We weren't quite able to do it with Quintana. He did lose out to his countryman Sosa by 3 points, but we did also finish third in the points classification with Ben Swift. And of course, Medouas won the Young Rider classification. So absolutely brilliant stuff. So in terms of the individual pro cycling rankings, Medouas actually moves to the top. No surprise, he won the tournament. And Ben Swift picks up 15 points, which puts us into second in the pro cycling rankings. But remember, there are a hell of a lot of tournaments and tours to come up, so we're going to move down the pecking order. But 69 points is a brilliant way to start off the season. So there's 4 different tournaments before we get into the Breizh Cup. There is the Paris-Nice, the Vlaanderen Classic, the Paris-Roubaix and the Liège-Bastogne-Liège. So we're really looking to get into number 18 by the end of this season. So we've got the Breizh Cup, we've got the Euro Tour and the Open Tour to show what we're made of. So we need to target number 18 at the end of the season and we will unlock every single tournament. But if we can get into the top 20, we can take part in the Criterium du Dauphiné. But I think that's about it. So really the top 18 is what we're aiming for. So without any further ado, let's have a look at how we get on, at how the teams get on. Not how we get on, of course, because we're not in this. But let's see how Paris-Nice goes. So Ineos wins. Kwiatkowski wins the first stage. It's a time trial. I've noticed in these tournaments in this year, there are a hell of a lot more time trials. Very interesting. Not a fan of the time trials myself, but whatever floats your boat. So 3 different riders have held the yellow jersey so far in the Paris-Nice. And that number is still 3. Pinot still has that yellow jersey from memory. I think Pinot won the Tour de France last year, come from nowhere. But Izagirre for the Astana team after that most recent time trial won that. And he's now got the yellow jersey and still has the yellow jersey after the mountainous stage with Roglic managed to win. Izagirre has still got it and it looks like he's probably going to win. No. Roglic comes on the last stage and wins the yellow jersey. Let's have a look at the standings then after that. That's fascinating. Roglic pips it at the end. Where did Izagirre finish then? Is that him? I wonder if it's because of the 10-second bonus. Oh, that's heartbreaking. 1 second in effect. Oh, that's gutting. What a shame. Best climber classification, the Triple C team gets that. I don't know who that is, admittedly. Points classification, Groenewegen, a very good sprinter. Pogacar wins the Young Rider classification. Team Ineos win the team classification. So if we look at the individual pro cycling rankings, that moves Medouas all the way down to 11th. Poor guy. Oh, what a shame. But of course, a lot more stages in some of these events, so a bigger chance to pick up points for winning stages. And as you can see, in the team pro cycling rankings, we moved down to 12th, but still well placed. Still 37 points above 18th place, so we'll definitely take that. So, 3 one-stage events. We've got the Vlaanderen Classic. Let's see who wins that. Gilbert wins that. Not recognised that name from in the past. But it's just a time trial event, is it? Yeah, won by 53 seconds. Quite a lot of points actually for that. 100 points for Gilbert. That's quite crucial. And wow, we've moved down hugely. I wonder, it was Lotto Soudal who got the points. Yeah, they've jumped up massively. Just crucial some of these tournaments are. If we can get into them next year, it would be huge for our pro cycling ranking. But Paris-Roubaix, another similar event, I think. Who is it? It's Peter Sagan who wins that. No surprise. Very good sprinter. 100 points for him. It really cripples us missing out on some of these events, which makes the Breizh Cup even more important. So, another 100 points available. Who's going to get it this time? Another team. It's a Felix. Recognise that name from in the Tour de France days. He wins that. Just pips a lot of riders to the post. A lot of them very close in that. And again, how many points does he get for winning that? I think it's 100, isn't it? Yeah, that's massive. So we now move to 22nd. So, it's finally our chance to shine. It's time for the Breizh Cup. Starts with a time trial, a flat stage, and then a hilly stage. We're going to change some of the lineup, I think, for this. And I'll see you guys once we have changed that lineup. Well, it actually seems that the lineups are locked in, which is a bit of a shame. The lineups are locked in as a result of what we picked in the route course, so we'll need to bear that in mind when we start the next season. So Quintana misses out. He's in poor condition, though, it looks like, as well as Holmes and Williams. But Dibben rather annoyingly gets in again. Didn't really want Dibben, to be honest, in this. But Dibben goes with Ben Swift, Medeiros and Affini from the last tournament. And McClay makes his first appearance for the team. And Mikel Bierge makes his first appearance of... good. We can alter our team before the start of the race. Can we? Yes, we can. Excellent. Right. Let's see what we can do. Well, Dibben's going to be out. We're going to put Quintana in there. That's just obvious. We'll give McClay a go. I'm happy with that. Dibben's out. I'm quite happy to leave Holmes out. Yes, I'm happy with that. As long as Quintana gets in, I'm more than happy with that. But that's good then. No. Why can't we change it now? Maybe we could.
Hi guys. Welcome to the briefing for this first stage. Let's be clear. Our chances of getting into the top 10 are slim. Try to limit the damage.
Our new rider is ready on the ramp for this individual time trial. A few more seconds until he sets off. Come on, let's give him some encouragement.
Well, luckily, we can have Quintana. Quintana is in the team. And we're going to ride with McClay for this.
Okay, this will be a difficult time trial to manage. You can't go off too fast because you'll run out of steam on the final climb. Then again, you can't go off too slow because you'll lose time.
Righto. Well, I'm not great at these time trials, as you think you would probably know by now. So we've gone with McClay. Looking at the... Right, okay, that's fine. Looking at the objectives of when we're supposed to finish, McClay was actually the highest time, 10 minutes and 45, so I thought obviously he's the man who, well, we've got the least hope of winning this with, so if we make a balls up of this, then it doesn't really matter. But quite a flat time trial. Not really the most prestigious of tournaments, you have to say this. Not even a mountainous stage. Very peculiar. Very strange. But, oh well, we'll gain experience. And hopefully this year, we can try and get into the top 18. It'd be very tough, really. But we've got to make the most of every chance we've got. But this seems to be a simpler time trial. We're just in the TT position, holding down the accelerator. That might change. We'll have to see. We're just the one... just the one position, really, of note. As a sector time, I suppose. Oh. See, I told you I'm not great at this. So 10:32 is the first time that's been posted. So can we beat that with McClay? I doubt it. We'll have to see. We followed pretty well what we're supposed to do. Barbier's put the next time in. 10:48. 16 seconds off. That's massive, really. In, if you think about it, in a cup that's only got 3 stages, no mountainous stages. So 16 seconds is going to be tough to claw back. Can we finish within the time that's expected of us? I don't think so. Not really much we can do about it if we don't. We've done pretty much all we can do. Following what the team wants us to do. No, we're going to finish behind it. But again, what can I do about that? Not much I could really do. Bloody hell, 40 odd seconds off. This is what I don't understand with the time trials. We've pretty much followed everything that's been expected of us. Yet we've finished 40 odd seconds behind what we were expected to do. Very strange. But let's see what the results are for this stage. Again, not too fussed really about the times. In the end, it's a strange way to start a tour, I always think. Pardon me, always a strange way to start a tour with a time trial, if you ask me. But, well, one of our riders is in there. Maybe a young rider, perhaps. Medeiros, let's see.
Today's result is most unsatisfactory. If things had gone our way, I reckon that we could have got into the top 5. We got off to a good start, and we must keep on like that.
Well, that's a good start, actually. Very pleased with that. As you can see, McClay's the outlier, so... Well, not much we can do about that. But, well, points classification. Medeiros takes 7. That will always help. And Medeiros is the young rider classification winner for that stage. That's good to see. And we're in 3rd in terms of the team classification. But we're not going to dwell on that too much. Not too fussed. Let's move on to the next stage, shall we? Just a quick side note, actually, before we move on. We've managed to gain 4 points, which You know, 4 points better than none, isn't it? Medewis, because he finished in the top 10, managed to gain 4 pro cycling points. Good stuff. Let's get into stage number 2.
The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbours no particular difficulties. A sprint finish is more than likely. This stage is of no interest to us. Keep cosy inside the peloton. Have a good stage.
Welcome to all. On this stage that takes us into Brittany, the scenario should follow tradition. The baroudeurs will use the short climbs located just after the start to create an early breakaway, while the sprinters' teams wait for the second part of the stage to control the race and set off a massive sprint finish.
What a bland stage. Oh well, here we are for stage number 2 of the Breizh Cup. 132 kilometres, so very short in length. There's one climb, one fourth class climb, so 1 point available there, but a lot of points available in the sprints classification. There's classification. You can see just behind us quite a nice white jersey that Medewis has got there for being the leader of the young rider classification. But we're going to follow this chap who's trying to make an attack, because there are some objectives for us today. I'll just show you what they are. To finish in the top 20 of the stage with Ben Swift, that's no problem. We should be able to do that. We're going for the green jersey as usual. Retain the lead of the young rider classification with Medewis. Again, I can't see that being a problem. And to be part of today's breakaway with Breizh. And I also believe another one of the objectives is to finish in the top 25 of the stage with McLean. The positive thing is we can actually control Athene this one, I think. No glitches. Yay, there he is. Look, the first glimpse we get of Athene. Brilliant. Because if you remember in the route course, it all went a bit pear-shaped. In terms of us being able to control him because of a glitch. But I think we might have to wait for the first climb actually to make a real breakaway. We are struggling a little bit here to make any sort of solid break. There are 5 of us here. None of the others are particularly recognised, but nice to see Breizh back. Again, I always think he's used as a bit of a scapegoat for us, really. He's used as a breakaway rider, but not really much else. And to be honest, the breakaways he's in don't really tend to work. So I feel a bit sorry for him usually, but the peloton is back caught up with us. But I'm just going to tell Breizh to follow any attacks. And yeah, I'll see you guys when we get to the first climb. And I think depending on how we're doing for time at the end of this stage, I might do all 3 stages in today's video, but watch this space. Rightio then, the good news is we have managed to get into a breakaway with 2 guys. As you can see, the peloton is a long way back now. Just told Breizh to follow attacks, and it seems that one of those attacks have come to fruition and done pretty well. So 3 climbs to go till this first climb. Just the 1 point available here. And we have got a feed straight after this climb, so we might as well take some of our feed. It's not the most fatiguing of stages, not the most tiring of stages, so we haven't really got to worry about that too much. Just put a good set of pace, and I mean 3.5 at the top. It's a 4th category climb for a reason, really. Can't seem to be able to take our feed now, that's annoying. Oh well. Putting some good pace. Try and get the point. Certainly worth going for, isn't it? Won't hurt. Half kilometre to go then. Let's go for it. Are the other 2 going to be bothered? We'll have to see. There's the line. Oh, Clay's going to try and come through, but we'll do the dirty we'll do the dirty blocking tactic. Well, there you go. You can't blame us for doing that, can you? Tell everyone to consume their feed at this point. Again, might as well. We've got a feed straight after we come down the bottom of this climb. But the good news is that Mikel Breizh will have the polka dot jersey going into the final stage. Good stuff. So here we are, the first sprint of the day. As you can see, the breakaway is no more. Breizh started to struggle a little bit at the front, and there was only 2 men at the front, so ultimately we just couldn't do anything in the end. As you can see though, we're trying to go for it with Ben Swift here on the sprint. Got plenty of energy, not the most demanding of stages, and we've got a little bit of time to recover before the next 2 sprints. Apparently, according to a sports director, not everyone will go for it here because some are trying to keep something in reserve for the final sprints, but it's certainly worth going for here if we can. We'll tell certainly McLeod to attack. Breizh just to persist without limits, same as Medewis, Athene and Quintana at this point, but we want McLeod to certainly go for it here. But Ben Swift is our main sprinter. Certainly got a lot in the tank to go for it, and there you go, 20 points. Great start for us. McLeod managed to get some points as well there. Chuff for him. 9 points for him. 20 points for Ben Swift. Ben Swift looking at his Fitbit, I think, there. But we'll wait for the group, try and recover again, and yeah, good stuff. We'll try and go for the next sprint as well. Well, this is an interesting development. We fast-forwarded a little bit. Told Ben Swift and McClay, our two sprinters, just to make sure that they follow any attacks. And there was an attack from these two, Rowlands and Lisa. And we've actually managed to get a good gap on the peloton with Ben Swift. Didn't seem like McClay's actually bothered, which is fair enough to him. We will tell him to attack, though, now. Try and get a good gap potentially on the peloton. Secure himself 4th place. But if we can win this sprint, and if there's only 3 guys in it, it makes it a lot easier to win the sprint, then 40 points is a great start. And potentially we can try and get the green jersey. So, full marks there for us. But 2 kilometres to go. I'm just going to tell McClay, well, put in 100%. In fact, why not? 110%. And then with 2 kilometres to go, we'll tell him to attack. But that's all we can really do at this point. We'll focus on Ben Swift. Obviously, he's our main rider. We got 20 points from earlier, so important to focus on the main man, really. So, 1 kilometre to go here. Let's go for it. We were good in the last sprint, but we might struggle a little bit here. Can we do it? Might run out of energy before the end. Think we will. But it's enough to get us over the line in first. Brilliant stuff. Doesn't look like anybody else has bothered. That of our team. That's fine for the other 4, but I'd have expected McClay to have gone for it a little bit. Only 1 point available for the peloton, but why not? We'll try and get it. Every point matters. Don't think we're going to get it here. Oh, we might get a few more. Where did we finish up there?
Last time checked with a breakaway, 1 minute.
14th, another 2 points. Not too shabby. We'll just tell him to follow and not overtire at this point, just to make sure he gets some of his energy back. But interestingly, that breakaway does improve its gap. So you never know. We could have a chance of a breakaway win here. But again, 1 more sprint to go. We've done very well in the sprint so far. Can we make it 3 out of 3 with Ben Swift? Let's see. So here we are then, the end of today's stage. Not the most action-packed. We're just trying to recover a little bit of energy with Ben Swift. We have, of course, got a full feed, which will use for about 5 kilometres to go. But it is going to be a bunched finish here. But I think there's 50 points available in this last sprint, if I'm right. So, well worth going for. Obviously, there are some points available for the Pro Cycling Ranking should you be able to win the stage. So that's all important as well. But we'll definitely do stage number 3 today, I think, as well. I think we should have time. Might be a bit of a longer episode. Can't do too much about that, really. But it just seems silly to cut it to short. Not the most exciting of stages, these first 2. We took all of our blue feed with Ben Swift. That's, I think, okay at this point. Tell everyone else to take their blue feed as well. Just trying to put a bit of effort in on the relays. Just trying different tactics to see if we can finish a bit higher with our whole team. Not too much pace needed, though, now with 5 kilometres to go. Just stay inside the peloton with Ben Swift.
5 more kilometres. Stay well positioned to avoid losing time due to a break.
Yeah, I thought so. 50 points available. Oh, they've all bunched together. Oh, somebody's gone for it. No, we're all okay. Bunched peloton. Ben Swift's not going to have the most energy left here. I'm a bit concerned about that. We might as well try and go for something, though. Problem is we're not that well placed. So 2 kilometres to go. Why not? We'll tell everyone to take their red gel. Not that I don't think it matters too much. And we'll also tell everyone to attack. Why not? Try and get the best performance for the team. Right, come on, Swift. Try and make up some places. Going to be tricky from 1.5 kilometres out to win this now. Can't see it. You never know, though. We're not well placed here. That's not going to help us. Come on, Swifty. No, not going to happen for us, I don't think, unfortunately. We're a little bit too far off here. Ah, well. Going to finish sort of in the top 20. That ain't going to hurt, but, you know, not really good enough for that. Should have finished a bit better. But 40 points for the points classification. Can't argue with that too much. Didn't win the stage, would have liked to have done that, but we just weren't well placed enough. And I think, to be honest, maybe being part of that breakaway might have been a little bit ill-advised. Burned a little bit too much of our energy. But in the second stage, It is the Emirates rider who wins the stage. Let's see who it is. It's Milano who wins the stage. In the points classification, it's an Ineos rider who leads. Sorry, not the points classification, the general classification. It's Amador, much like the previous stage, and I think it's going to be the same guy who's got the points classification. We take the polka dot jersey of Breizh, and McNulty for the Emirates team is the best young rider. So let's have a look how we're getting on before the final stage of the Breizh Cup.
We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is you didn't prove me wrong. We take the polka dot jersey. It's the high point of the day.
It's funny how his tone can change all of a sudden. It's a terrible day, but we took the polka dot jersey. Yay! 40 points for Ben Swift there. Good stuff. Can't argue with that too much. So in the general classification, I mean all of our guys apart from McClay have got a chance. I wonder who put McClay a minute behind. But we're only 10 points behind in the points classification. That's certainly recoverable. And Medouas is the only rider still on the same second as McNulty for the young rider classification. So we've got a big chance of doing some things here, winning a lot of the classifications. Certainly got a chance. No more. We got 4 points there. So was it for Ben Swift? I think it was. Who was it for? That's 4. Those 4 points would be for the last stage. I thought it goes stage by stage, but never mind. It is time, though, for the final stage. We've taken a leader's jersey. We were part of the breakaway, so we get a lot of pluses. We've all recovered well, and it is time now for the final stage of the Breizh Cup.
It's the final stage, guys. Today's route is hilly and a leg breaker. Perfect for attacking, which should suit the punches. This is our last chance to turn the general classification on its head. I reckon it's possible. I trust you. You'll have to be aggressive and give it your all. We're amongst the outsiders for the stage win, and it will be difficult to surprise the favourites, but we should be able to finish on the podium. Good race, guys. Go, go!
De mat dan hole. The Breton roads will put the peloton under severe pressure. The many short climbs and the narrow roads will require unflagging attention. In order not to be caught off guard by the most audacious, we'll find them ideal terrain to go on the attack.
Here we are then. An interesting stage this. I don't think I've seen so many climbs in a stage. Goodness me. How many climbs is that? That's 9 climbs. But crucially, only really a few points. Now, we've got a few goals for this stage, and that is to score at least 18 points to the points classification for Swift, to finish on the podium with Duas, and also to retain the lead of the mountains classification with Breizh, and to add on to that, to also finish in the top 15 with Quintana. So, a lot on here, and we're going to try and get a few guys in this first breakaway. We're going to tell Swift to attack. We're going to go with Medouas, but we're going to leave everybody else behind. I think Swift, definitely for that points classification, that's what I'm looking at from that first sprint. It's definitely a good chance to beat our opponents. So we're going to go with Medouas here, which is our big hope for this stage. Thought we might have missed the boat a little bit though here. By going a little bit late. Doesn't look like Ben Swift is particularly going for it here. Oh, he is. Good, good, good. Swift is catching up to us with some good pace. And hopefully we can catch up to this group now. Should be alright with Medouas. Let's just check Swift. Yep, absolutely fine. We'll tell him to... Yep, put in a tempo of 100%. Hang on, no. Just tell him to attack. Get up to this group. That's the most important thing, I would say. And there we go. We're in that group now. So we can work with our opponents. And the focus really is just on... Oh, Ben Swift, for goodness sake. Why are you working so hard? Chill. But I think the peloton's going to catch back up here rather than not. How has Affini used all of his energy? Oh, that's ridiculous. Yeah, I think the breakaway idea might be a bit of a... well, we've been caught napping a little bit with the breakaway. But I think we're going to stay inside the peloton now, actually. I mean, there's 4 guys out there. None of them really bothered about the points classifications. And I think the peloton will probably catch up. So, I think Ben Swift is our main focus for this first sprint of the day. So, one of the breakaways actually managed to get away this time. 3 guys in it, not worried about the points classification. More for the best climber classification. But to be honest, I think they'll be tired out pretty quickly. So, I'm not too bothered about that, really. Trying to get as best place possible with Swift here, which is a challenge in itself, to be quite honest.
His best chance of victory is to try a break.
So Prades is in that breakaway. It's who is being talked about here. Rather annoying that we can't bloody get any higher up. Trying to push us out is everyone here. That's more like it. That's good. Putting a bit of a turn of pace. Tell everyone in our team to attack. Again, we're just trying to steal points as much as possible of everybody else, really. So, kilometres to go now. Can we get 13 points? Obviously, the sprint has gone to those 3 in the breakaway. Come on, Ben. Come on, Ben. Come on. That looks good. And there's 4th place. Good stuff. We'll take that. Any of our other guys get any points? Medua's got 5. Good. Stills points. Safini got 4. Again, good. And McClay got a point. Excellent. Can't argue with that. Got a bit of time just to chill out now. Actually tell our guys to follow and not overtire. But some good points there for the points classification. Milano only scored 3 points, so we do get that gap down. And I think we're actually level on points for the top of the green classification, so full marks there. Well, I think we've lost our chance potentially with this mountains classification. There's 3 guys in the breakaway, and they're obviously going to get all the points. With 3rd and 4th class climbs, there's only 2 points available on these climbs, and only 1 point on 4th class climbs. So no chance for anybody in the peloton to get any points. Which makes this, again, quite a bland stage, unless we can, of course, catch them. And I think that'll probably happen towards the end, but I think that the guys in front will probably have already got the points to win that classification. But as you can see, that time gap is going down all the time. So, we'll have to see how we get on. Really, I think the points classification is our only chance of doing anything here. Potentially go for the general classification with Meduas, but I think it'll be quite a bunched finish in my opinion, so it'll be tricky to go for that. So, what I'm saying here, really, is that the points classification might be the only one we can go for. But just look at that gap dropping. It might be worth actually just telling Breizh to put in a bit of pace. Makes you wonder. Obviously, we won't be able to get to this climb, but there is a climb after that, and every point, of course, matters. So, we're going to tell Breizh to put in a bit of pace, see how we get on, and see if we can catch up to that front group. It's worth going for, isn't it? The 2 at the front have completely collapsed, which is good for us for the climbing classification. As you can see, we're 5 kilometres away from the summit of this 4th class climb. Chance to potentially get another point. I don't know how it's going to work, really, in terms of the climbing classification, because I haven't really paid too much attention to who's at the top and who's got the points. So, just going to try and get every point we need with Breizh and see if we can retain that polka dot jersey. But it's a bunch peloton. All of our riders are in it, which is good news. Very happy with that. Just to ensure a minimum tempo, no need to go too quickly. And everyone's looking okay at the moment, so let's see if we can get a point with Michael Breizh. Well, we're putting a bit of pace, and it seems to be working. We're putting a bit of pace just before the climb. And as you can see, everyone behind is quite a way back, not really going for this. We built up quite a good gap, and we should be able to get this point without too much worrying. As you can see, 27 seconds back. Can't go too slowly, though, as all of that work will be wasted. And they are gaining time. Just conscious about our energy, because we have actually gone past the first feed stage. I was caught napping a bit there, to be honest, because we do usually tend to take that feed before we get to that second feed stage. We didn't actually take any of our first feed, which is rather annoying, but oh well. Should be okay to get a point here. We'll be pretty low on energy, but we've got quite a reprieve before the next climb, so we can chill out a little bit there. And as you can see, I think we should be okay to get the point. It's only 1 point, but every point matters. And over the line. And it's 1 point to Michael Breizh. So, that's good to see. For some reason, there's 2 separate groups, but I'd take that with a pinch of salt, because those 2 groups usually merge into one. Affini's starting to struggle a little bit now, but a long time before that next climb, so we can just chill out, stay inside the peloton, and hopefully regain some of our energy for another climb. Or rather annoyingly, someone has broken away. Janssen for this 3rd class climb, but that being said, we've still got a chance of getting a point here. He's obviously putting some good pace in, so we're going to put some good pace in as well. Maybe he might struggle before the top, but we're telling all of our guys just to chill, just to follow and not overtire. There's Janssen just up there. So can we potentially get 2 points here? Who knows? I don't think we'll be able to. I think the gap's a little bit too large at this point. But we just want to make sure nobody loses any ground in the peloton. Nobody drops out of there. Well, Janssen's just taking it steady, as we are at this point, to be honest. But we might be able to catch. I think 30 seconds is a little bit too much at this point, though. But I guess you never know. It depends how much effort he's put in prior. Should be good to get 1 point here, though. McLean and Affini did start to struggle earlier as well, so we did manage to get them back in the peloton, luckily. Janssen's just up ahead. I think we might be able to do this, you know. We might be able to do this. He's starting to put in some pace, so we're going to follow him. Maybe he might have what it takes up this climb. Who knows? The peloton's just behind as well, so we want to watch we don't blow up. Let's see, the peloton's just there. There's Janssen. He's starting to struggle now. The problem is, we've really gone for it, and we're starting to struggle a little bit now. We've gone a little bit earlier than planned. But luckily on these roads, we can do the cheeky approach and block everyone off. Huh. So Janssen's not going to get any points. It'd be really good if we could get the 2 points. Just going to be really naughty and try and block anybody off here. Pretty much going to blow up before the top, though. Again, we're going to be naughty, but doesn't hurt. And it's 2 points for Michael Breizh. McClay's dropped off. Well, not really bothered about him at this point, to be honest. Can't keep all of our riders going, but another 2 points there. I mean, unfortunately, we've actually blown up, and there's another climb coming up, so we'll have to try and get some of our energy back before that climb. How many climbs are there left? Still 4 climbs left, so we can't just go for it all now. We can recover some energy, though, in this decline. And there's another point available in the next few kilometres, so watch out for that. Well, that climb came up on us quick and fast. Goodness me. I mean, look at the pace car. It's going that slow. Is anybody really bothered about this? I'm not sure. If we can get another point, that would be great. I don't know how many more we need, to be honest, to take a lead of the overall climber standings. Going to put some pace in, though, just in case anybody does try to go for it, and we're caught on the hop. Looking good, though, here. 10-second gap, we can chill now. There's a point. And we have got a lead, right. We have got a lead of the overall climber standings, which is positive. That's good to see. Affini's starting to struggle again, but, you know, I'm not really too bothered about him at the moment. He's not our main priority, but good to see. There's only 4 points available now for the climbing standing, so I would think that we've got a good foothold, especially as we've increased our lead, so that lead's got to be at least 2 points if you think about it. So, again, the end of the stage very close. I think it's going to be a pretty quick end, to be honest. A bunched peloton. So, I think apart from this mountains classification, we could again go for the points classification with Swift, as long as he's still there. Yes, he's still there, so that's good to see. Stick to the wheels in front. Tell Affini to do that as well, even though he's running out of energy. Set a high tempo, and tell Breizh just to wait for the next group. But these next 30-odd kilometres, it's going to get interesting. So before the final few climbs, we have got a sprint, the last chance to win that green jersey. I think there are some points available at the end of the stage, though, if I'm right. But very much a bunched peloton again. Affini's knackered now, so we'll just tell him to follow and not over-tire. Tell Breizh just to persist smoothly. Don't want him to run out of energy. But Meduas and Quintana, it's worth going for this for. Just trying to steal points off our opponents. I think we are level at the top of this classification, so, I mean, if we get 20 points, we should be able to win it. Well placed, though, here with Ben Swift. That's more like it. Good to see we're there. No, we'll actually just tell everyone to hang back here. We don't want to, well, apart from Swift, of course, we don't want to burn anybody out. Just tell Breizh to persist without limit. Obviously, we have got a feed left of everyone, so we can bear that one in mind. Can't remember what the other guy's name is who we're battling for this, but oh well. Let's see how we get on. Buani's gone for it. He's a good sprinter, isn't he? We'll take second here as long as our opponents don't do anything. Oh, Buani's starting to struggle now. Oh, no! Come on, come on! Yes! I thought Milano would do it there. I thought Milano would do it. I thought he was going to come up on us and win it, but I think... I mean, I'm sure we were 10 points behind him, right, in the last stage. We got 13 points on the first sprint of the day. He got 3. So we regained those 10 points. We gained another 3 points there. Surely we've got the green jersey. Strange that it's not coming up that we haven't got it. Odd. But our other 4 guys doing okay. I mean, Affini's lost all pace now, so... just going to give him some blue gel and try and maybe to catch up potentially. But the rest of our guys are doing okay. So the focus now goes back to Michael Breizh for the climbing classification, and we're also going to tell Meduis to follow any attacks because, of course, the general classification with Meduis is a potential target. So we'll have to see how we get on, but we need to just control this nice and carefully. Still 3 climbs to go, and hopefully it'll be great if on the next climb we got 2 points and actually we managed to win it there and we mathematically could not lose it, and then we could just cool off with Michael Breizh. So here we are at the start of this last 3rd class climb. Of course, there are 2 points available in 2 4th class climbs. Rather worrying though, we haven't really got too much room to do anything with Breizh here. Look at these cobblestones. Jesus. Again, I don't see how we're going to improve our position here. Mark Arto's trying to get out. I don't think he scored any points in the classification, so no problem particularly with him getting any points here. Just depends on the general classification, I suppose. Come on, move! Oh, this is painful. We just can't do anything about it here. Meduis has actually tried to get out, so might be a good idea to get Meduis to get some points potentially here. Just to take those 2 points off his opponents. But this is also a chance potentially for the general classification. If we can get away here. I think Mark Arto might get the points. Going to put it all in here. Just push, push, push. Get the 2 points for Meduis and try and get that climbing classification for Michael Breizh. Come on, son. Give it your all. Nah, not going to happen now. Mark Arto's going to get the 2 points. Meduis, though, gets 1. And this is potentially a chance to get a bit of a breakaway going. Let's see. But I think, again, I don't think Mark Arto's got any points in the climbing classification. So, that means we're okay on that front. Just tell our guys behind just to chill a little bit. But we've definitely got a chance to get some sort of break with Meduis here. And we are 6 seconds in front of Mark Arto. So if it is just the 2 of us, well, we have got a good chance. So 20 kilometres to go. 2 more climbs. Let's see how it goes. I think it'll probably end up in a bunch peloton, but it's worth trying stuff, I guess. We've got a full feed left with all of our 3 front guys. Michael Breizh starting to struggle a little bit, so we might actually just tell him to persist without limit, the same as the other guys, to make sure they don't lose too much ground. Oh, I don't think he's been left behind. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration. I think we should be alright here. We'll see how we get on, though. So here we are for the final 2 climbs of the Breizh Cup. There's a group of 13 here, which includes Meduis, and Ben Swift and Quintana are just behind. The other guys have been dropped, but hopefully Michael Breizh has done enough to win that classification. So 1.5 kilometres to go. It might be worth telling Meduis, Ben Swift and Quintana, yeah, tell both of them to follow any attacks. Because as has just been heard, there is a potential to launch an attack here. I think it might be a good idea to try one now with Meduis. Going to be low on energy, but it might be worth it. It might be worth it. Got 15 seconds on everybody behind. Just got to manage this to make sure we don't run out of energy before the top. That's okay. Just a point, sorry, for that classification.
You took the last climb. It prevents our competitors from stealing too many points.
So, 10 kilometres to go now. Just need to control our pace. I don't think we can really do too much, to be honest. Take a bit of our feed. 10k's to go here. Ooh, the yellow jersey's attacking. Well, there you go. The winner will be one of the breakaway, right? Well, obviously, yes, of course, not in the peloton. This is going to be interesting now. I think we're just going to tell the 2 behind to persist without limit. Actually, that group of 19 now is the peloton. Meduis is our best chance here at doing anything, really. So 8.5 kilometres to go. Just going to keep it nice and steady. We've got a bit of a decline here, so a good chance to get some energy back before the finale. But can we do anything here? Can we maybe win this? Only 8 seconds behind, so, I mean, it is only 8 seconds, but at the same time, we'll need quite a convincing break to be able to win this. Can we do anything? There's Amador. We need to have 8 seconds on him. 5 seconds on Craig Anderson. But let's see how we go. Now we've got 3 riders in here. Amador's trying to go for it. Need to follow him. I don't know why we couldn't follow him. Maybe just a bit too far behind. Need to be careful here. I think he's gone, you know. I think he's gone. Need to take some of that feed. Just need to make sure we keep tabs on him. 5Ks to go, so we'll tell the guys behind to take their blue gel.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
It seems if anybody else is doing it, it glitches out a little bit, so we'll have to just fast forward here. Oh, he won't take it. Oh, for goodness sake. I hate it when this glitch happens. I want to take the blue gel with Meduus. Won't let us do it. Oh! Goodness sake. Will it do it now? No. Oh, he's going to blow up. What can we do? Goodness sake. Oh, great. You can take the feed now, but it's not bloody worth it now. Right. He's took his feed. It seems he hasn't been lost, luckily. That's okay. That's reassuring. But he hasn't got much energy left. Oh, we don't want to tell him to follow attacks. Well, why not? But, oh, for goodness sake. I don't think we're going to win this. I don't think Meduus has got the energy. Oh, he's there. Right. Trying to change rider. That's not very effective, is it? But 2.4 kilometres to go. 20 points available for the points classification. So it's worth telling Ben Swift to go for it, you know, here. And Quintana. Who knows what they can do. So, kilometre and a half left. Truthfully, I don't think we're going to be able to do much here. We haven't really got the energy. But it's certainly a chance. What can we do? Whoops. Kilometres to go of this Breizh Cup. Don't think we're going to have the energy with Meduus, but you just never know. Put an attack in, see what happens. Half kilometres to go. Give it our all. Let's see. Quintana, tell him to attack as well as Swift. The yellow jersey man 7 seconds back. Let's see. What can we do? We might not have enough energy here. I don't know, though. We don't know. What's it going to end up like? Meduus wins the stage. That's brilliant for the pro cycling rankings. But what happened in the end, we'll have to see. We'll just finish the stage. Ben Swift, actually, I don't think will win the points classification. I don't know, though. He will have taken some points there. All very confusing at the end of that stage. But we won the stage with Meduus in the end. It seems Amador started to struggle. And we've certainly beaten him. We were, what, about 18 seconds in front. But have we managed to win the Breizh Cup? Let's see. It's all about what these results say. We know we've won the stage. That's some great points for us. But what else have we done? Have we won any of the classifications? It's now time to find out. Very exciting. So, here's the stage win. Take a sip of my water. It's been quite a tough day for me. Been recording for nearly an hour and 10 now, talking over this. My throat's getting sore, but a great stage victory there for Meduus. Definitely a good signing. Really good. And we've won the Breizh Cup. Get in there. Didn't think we'd be able to do it. But absolutely fantastic. That last climb was crucial. And it is Meduus who, for the second time in 2 events, wins the yellow jersey. Brilliant. So, we know we've won that. Have we got any other classifications? Let's find out. Oh, we've got the points classification as well. Is it Ben Swift? Is it Ben Swift? You bet it is. Brilliant performance, and it's so important that we take everything out of these events that we take part in to try and get to 18th in the standings. So anyone thinking, oh, this is too easy, it's not. Really isn't. We need to take as much as we can out of these events, and we took the best climber classification as well. That's surely with Michael Bierge, you would have thought, or maybe Meduus, who knows. It is Michael Bierge, and because we've won, we'll actually take all of the jerseys because we'll get the young rider classification with Meduus. Brilliantly done there. Got to be chuffed. Surely you would think so. And maybe we could have won the team classification as well. A full host of the jerseys, and surely the sports director has got to be happy with that.
Let's hope for his sake that things go as well in the future. But for now, he can relish the moment.
Well done, lads. Congratulations to you. We were amongst the outsiders, but you managed to beat the favourites. Well done for this win. We finish with the yellow jersey, the green jersey, and the polka dot jersey. It's simply phenomenal, guys. Well done, lads.
Excellent stuff. Medeiros wins, of course, gets a 10-second bonus. That'll help him. Quintana finished 15th. That ticks the box of him finishing the top 15. Ben Swift in 18th. And a pretty good stage. Can't argue with that. 4 points for Breizh in the best climber classification. 33 points for Ben Swift in the points. 25 for Medeiros. Of course, 20 coming from that final climb. And let's see what the final standings look like. So Medeiros moves up 10 places to the top. Excellent stuff. Ben Swift and Quintana both in the top 20. Michael Breizh still in the first half. And Breizh wins that classification. Medeiros second there. Ben Swift moves up 1 place past Milano. That sprint was crucial. That second sprint. Getting first in that second sprint. Because if we hadn't have done, Milano would be the man with the green jersey. We also get the young rider classification, the team classification, and to top it off, we're top of the compatibility classification. So, Medeiros picks up 52 points. That moves him to 19th in the pro cycling rankings. Ben Swift picks up 12 points, 56th, and Breizh picks up another 22. He's up to 59th, which puts us up to 16th. 86 points there. Very strong showing, but crucially, of course, there are events that are coming up. We've got the Criterium de Dauphine. As you can see, lots of points available, particularly the Tour de France as well. So, 2 big events, and we're going to move down in the pro cycling ranking. So it's crucial we take the most out of these events, and we have done. We won the Breizh Cup and La Route course. Brilliant start to the season, and in the next episode we will start. We won't do the whole of the Euro Tour, certainly not, but we'll do the start of the Euro Tour in the next episode. So if you enjoyed that, make sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts as well, and of course subscribe for regular Tour de France content. Oh, just look at that result. Brilliant. Regular Tour de France content on Tuesday, Thursday and on a Saturday at 6 PM. Thank you for watching. Until the next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye for now.